Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah, watch.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business. I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be.
Nobody talks about.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh yeah.
If you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your it feels good, even though you don't have a name for what that is.
Katt Williams, everyone's favorite comic, is stirring up trouble again, this time by calling out some shady stuff in Hollywood and pointing fingers at big people. He's not holding back. He's calling out big names left and right, including Oprah Winfrey. I know, right? Talk about dropping a truth bomb. So here's the tea. Corey's been saying that Oprah might have had a hand in sacrificing him and other child stars. I'm not kidding, y'all. He's talking about how some of these big Hollywood bigwigs are running this whole business of exploiting young artists. It's like major yikes. Now, you might be wondering, why Corey? Why now? Well, besties, it seems like our boy Corey's been a threat to the industry for a while now. He's been trying to expose all this dark stuff for years, but nobody wanted to listen. It's like, hello? Can we please pay attention to what this man is saying? Corey's been through some seriously tough times, y'all. He started in the biz when he was just a tiny tot. We're talking 3 years old. Can you imagine? At that age, most of us were still figuring out how to use a spoon, and little Corey was already in front of the cameras. Talk about pressure. And get this, Corey's mom was apparently all about that Hollywood money. She saw dollar signs when she looked at her kid, and that's just not cool. Corey's even said that his mom exploited his earnings, like, come on, Mama Feldman, that's your baby boy. But here's where it gets really dark, besties. Corey's been talking about how he and his bestie, the late Corey Haim, were abused by powerful men in Hollywood when they were just kids. We're talking 11 to 13 years old. It's absolutely heartbreaking and infuriating at the same time. Corey's been so brave, you guys. He wrote a whole memoir spilling all the tea about what he and Corey Haim went through. And let me tell you, it's not easy reading, but it's so important that these stories are told. We need to protect our young stars. Now, here's where Miss Oprah comes into the picture. Corey's been saying that Oprah might be involved in some pretty sketchy stuff. He's even hinted that she might have had something to do with suppressing his story. Like, what the actual heck, Oprah? And it's not just Oprah. Corey's been calling out all sorts of big names in Hollywood. He's saying that there's this whole system of abuse and exploitation, and it goes all the way to the top. It's like, who can we even trust anymore? But you know what really grinds my gears? When Corey tried to speak out about all this stuff before, people tried to shut him down. Remember that interview with Barbara Walters? Oh my God. She was more worried about protecting Hollywood's image than listening to what Corey had to say. Talk about missing the point, Babs. And don't even get me started on how Oprah's been handling all this. She's been real quiet about Corey's accusations, but she's had no problem going after other celebs like Michael Jackson. It's like, pick a lane, Oprah. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about Oprah's school in South Africa? Wasn't that a good thing? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to spill some more tea. So Oprah built this fancy schmancy school in South Africa, right? Sounds great on paper, but then all these scandals started coming out. We're talking abuse allegations, bullying, and even a dead newborn found on campus. Like, what in the world is going on at this school? Oprah, and then there's Oprah's connection to Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, that Harvey Weinstein, they were buddies for years, and some people are saying Oprah must have known about his creepy behavior. I mean, come on, Oprah. You're supposed to be all about empowering women, not hanging out with predators. But here's the thing that really gets me. Corey Feldman has been trying to tell his story for years, and nobody wanted to listen. It's like, hello? We have a child star telling us about widespread abuse in Hollywood, and everyone's just like, nah, can't be true. Well, guess what? It is true, and we need to start listening. Corey's been so brave, you guys. He's been fighting this battle for years, even when people tried to shut him down. He's been called a liar, a troublemaker, you name it, but he's still standing up and speaking his truth. That takes some serious guts. And let's not forget, Corey's not just talking about his own experiences. He's trying to protect other kids in the industry. He's shining a light on this dark, twisted system that's been hurting children for decades. He's a freaking hero, if you ask me. But instead of getting support from powerful people like Oprah, Corey's been left out in the cold. It's like, where's the sisterhood, Oprah? Where's that living your best life energy when it comes to protecting kids in Hollywood? And you know what's really messed up? While Oprah's been ignoring Corey's story, she's been promoting all sorts of other sketchy characters. Remember that John of God guy she had on her show? Turns out he was a total creep who was abusing women. Great job vetting your guests, Oprah. It's like, who can we trust anymore? These big Hollywood names are supposed to be role models, but it seems like they're all just looking out for themselves. Meanwhile, brave souls like Corey Feldman are out here fighting the good fight, trying to make the industry safer for everyone. And let's talk about how Oprah treats young stars, shall we? Remember what Cindy Crawford said about her first time on Oprah's show? She felt like she was just there to be seen and not heard. Oprah made her stand up and show off her body like she was a piece of meat. Not cool, Oprah. Not cool at all. It's like, why is it so hard for these powerful people to just listen to what Corey and other survivors are saying? Why are they so determined to protect this broken system instead of fixing it? But you know what? Corey's not giving up, and neither should we. We need to keep talking about this stuff, keep shining a light on the dark corners of Hollywood, because if we don't, nothing's ever going to change. So here's what I think, besties. We need to stand with Corey Feldman. We need to listen to his story and the stories of other survivors. We need to demand better from our entertainment industry. No more sweeping things under the rug, no more protecting abusers just because they're powerful. And to Oprah and all the other big names out there, it's time to step up. Use your platforms for good. Support survivors like Corey instead of trying to silence them. Be the change we need to see in Hollywood. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about Corey Feldman or Oprah Winfrey or any one person. It's about creating a safe, fair industry for everyone. It's about protecting our kids and making sure that no one else has to go through what Corey and so many others have experienced. So let's keep talking about this, besties. Let's keep the conversation going, because together we can make a difference. We can create a Hollywood that's safe for everyone, not just the powerful elite. And to Corey Feldman, we see you, we hear you, we believe you. Keep fighting the good fight because you're not alone. We've got your back. All right, besties, that's all the tea for today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more juicy Hollywood gossip and hard-hitting truths. Until next time, stay woke and stay fabulous. Byes. Fabulous.